during the hurricane season. If you are evacuating, leave early so that you are not stranded by flooded roads, fallen trees, wires, and traffic jams, and make sure you have enough fuel in your vehicle and follow routes and highways. A message from 295 FM Radio.
Sensational savings are here for the summer at Quartz Optical. Get 35% off frames and lenses when purchased on credit, or 25% off cash purchases. Plus, buy one, get two free on colored contact lenses. Book your free eye exam appointment online today on quartzoptical.com. Walk-ins also welcome. You can wear it today and pay later. Only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see. Offer ends July 31st, 2025. Conditions apply.
Flow's prepaid customers can now unlock big bonus rewards like bonus data, prizes, and more every time you activate a 3-day prepaid plan or larger. Activate a plan, then scratch through feel your bonus data. Plus, get points for extra prizes. The more you activate, the more bonus data and prizes you can win. Get in on the big bonus rewards when you activate a prepaid plan. Dial *129# or visit topupflow.com to activate a plan today.
Auto Trade introduces our newest line of lubricants, Valvoline, America's first branded motor oil. Valvoline has been formulating and improving motor oil longer than any other brand. From the world's first racing oil to the world's first synthetic blend, Valvoline has been trusted in engines around the world for over 150 years. Make the switch today. Choose Valvoline, the original motor oil. At Auto Trade, we only recommend the best in quality because at Auto Trade, it's more than a vehicle. It's a relationship. Valvoline lubricants, now distributed by Auto Trade.
Need one trusted place to stock up for your home, shop, or business? Fine Foods Inc. Distribution has got you covered. From dry goods and frozen foods to your favorite drinks, alcoholic and non-alcoholic, plus all the household must-have. We've got it all under one roof. We're right here in Jimmy Dominica, and yes, we deliver. Whether you're running a supermarket, a corner shop, a bar, or just like your pantry full and happy, Fine Foods Inc. brings you the best brands you know and love. Great prices, top-tier service, trusted products. At 255-6810 or 316-0164, or drop by our Jimmy location to check out what's in store. Fine Foods Inc.
Fine Foods Inc. The biggest distributor for the biggest brand.
So I ask you, what are you doing inside Bloombox? You have a farm? You tell me, that's how it has sort. I've been married 37 years. Look at my money farm. They say, no, not woman, like land for farming crops. And then you understand, Bloombox is the most affordable on island. Knapsacks starting at only $57.71. Elsewhere, it's $300 plus. Cutlass seeds, seeding trays, nursery pots, sales of potting mix, all at way better prices than anywhere else. Fertilizers, 3-in-1 multi-tool, and so much more. Located on Federation Drive, Goodwill. Second property on the right after the Valley Link Road and on the corner of Drury Lane and Hanover Street in Rosal. Bloombox. Let's bloom together.
David, you sure this car will get us home?
Tonya, I know my God. Trust me. That can take us to town and back on an eater. Wow, not now.
David, I told you to put in Rubis Ultratech fuel last week. That gas is longer lasting for sure. It improves fuel economy, saves you money, and maintains vehicle performance. What sort of car man you supposed to be?
What does Ultratech Fuel's greater fuel economy mean to you? You get more miles for less, but only the best in your tank. Ultratech, only from Rubis.
From the cradle to the grave, you don't have to do sleep. You need a loan you want to save. You want come and visit us today. With a commitment to quality, therefore you and me was one the family, but now with the community, making life easy, yes, like everything. No matter who you are, you can benefit. When you bring your mortgage
with rates as low as 5% and loans for all your needs.
Open an MRA.
Save for your golden years and take advantage of our savings product.
We will finance your business.
Checking accounts, small business loans, wire transfers, and so much more.
Assist you all the way.
Wow. Your community financial partner.
NCCU.
The hurricane season is here.
Being prepared can help you and your family minimize the impact of the adverse weather conditions. Here's a few hurricane preparedness tips from Fine Foods. Know all evacuation routes if you live close to the coast. Have a first aid kit and prescription drug supplies on hand. If you need to evacuate, bring these supplies with you. Have plenty bottled water, batteries, and flashlights. Always have plenty of non-perishable items on hand. Be prepared. A few hurricane preparedness tips by Fine Food, the biggest distributor of the biggest brands.
All right, Dominique, we're here. And of course, the focus this morning is increased crime. Every corner you take, every step you make, somebody seems worried. With me this morning just for a few minutes. I know he's a very busy guy, so I'm going to allow him. He's one, of course, who may have been a victim in the past few days. And he says he was walking down in the Pottersville area a few days ago when he was attacked by 3 young men. According to him, innocently. He was hit with a rock on his chest. He actually showed me the marks. And look, like that was a serious lash there. I guess young man, and of course bruised and beaten and thumped. Gentlemen, come a little closer to the microphone. I don't need to know your name, but you can talk to me. About the story. What really happened to you? I'm a little shocked. You're a guy that looked very peaceful. What went on with you, sir?
I normally sell opposite Shillingford.
Right.
In front of the radio welfare is now welfare department. I normally leave my home very early in the morning so that I can use it as an exercise. To take my thing from the storeroom close to Simsey and bring it down to the location. All by myself. So
and you've been doing that for how many years now?
I've been doing that for quite some time.
Okay.
On this particular morning, which was, I think, was the 8th, the Tuesday last week, this area I frequently pass by Maluge, by Pottersville, Stephen Street. But when I reach by the junction by the insurance, Nashiko Insurance, I think that insurance going up Goodwill.
The corner there.
Yeah, I heard voices. But I didn't watch faces or nothing. I say, as usual, is the mad fellas. They're talking. So I continue straight to the bridge.
You continue walking?
Walking, yeah. The third house from Cash Freeze, where they sell the jewelries and thing, where they pawn the jewelry and thing. I hear a noise at the back of me running. By the time I watch back, I feel a heavy blow on my chest. The person say, "I will kill your mother as this morning." And so 3 fellas, I see other 2 come join him, kick me, thump me, cuff me. I fall down 5 times. So my knapsack bag, I was trying to protect it, hold on to it because of the contents inside. The cash, cologne, and other things, even my breakfast. And he was trying to get the bag, but I covered the bag with part of my body, and he resisting from getting the bag. So one of the short, or tall one and 2 short one of the short ones said, "You don't cut the bag yet now?" And he came back the second time and cut the bag. And he take the bag with all the context. First of all, he searched it while I have it. And then he eventually take the bag and run away from the same direction where they came from. That is where they went back to Potter Street area.
Potter Street.
Yeah, all also I feel in pain, the chest pain.
I saw you blow
my
there.
knee, my elbow, my 2 eyes, But I don't want to say much because the police is involved, and when you're on radio, you have to be careful what you say and what you don't say.
Well, you were concerned about the level of crime.
Yeah. So, and I want to warn other Dominicans, be careful when you walk in early in the morning. That happened about 2:30. But people always warning me, Mr. So-and-so, why you always coming down so early? But I never take that seriously. I still continue coming down early because it's I alone have to carry my things. I have to put it out on the stall. So that takes some time. So that's the situation. And to warn the public to be careful, watch their back.
So you're very concerned about what's happening?
Yeah, very, very concerned. First thing my daughter said, Daddy, you have to give thanks because they could have killed you, And the blows, especially in my chest, and also when I cough, I feel it. I can't lift no heavy weight. I feel it. Went to the doctor, they do all that they do the tests and whatever. But the police involved, I hope they do a complete job and get the perpetrators and bring them to justice.
You want justice?
Yes, that is my plea. Dominicans, be careful when you're walking early in the morning. Don't take no chances, I take these things for granted and look at the unfortunate situation I find myself in.
Brother, I want to say thank you, of course, for coming and talk to us, the people, and warning Dominicans as to what is happening out there.
Yeah,
thank you for coming, brother.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Take care, brother. Take care.
As well, and it's coming to do for us a number called Mirror, Mirror. Put your hands together and welcome the Savannah Bound Skate Team.
That's a good evening. When a country and its people cannot take no more again, so much killing and kidnapping make we feel like all is in vain. Our nation is now under siege. We feeling the effects. Very many ready to leave, cause they don't know who will be next. It looks like living by the gun is the latest craze in tongue. Whether you stand up or you run, a bullet could still shoot you down. And when I examine the whole scene, I still don't know where we going. So I ask the master to intervene, cause my nation needs a healing. But we used to be such a peaceful nation, until them big boys start to bring guns by the hototo. Oh yes, we used to be a symbol of integration. But right now, boy, ashamed to say it is so. Here the lust for money and power causing this catastrophe. So like Alice, I sit and wonder how the days of old used to be. So mirror, mirror on the wall, I say, can you tell me how to bring back sweet TNT? Oh, yeah. Lighty, dan, 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 dan. Oh, till a day. Light, dan, 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 dan. Everywhere you feel the pressure, it's a fact you cannot deny. This is not a laughing matter, real serious is no mama guy. While criminals having a field day, police and army without a clue. The whole place in a disarray, this country in a real callaloo. It's only the small fish keep getting caught, while the big ones getting away. They will be charged and taken to court, but we know they have the money to pay. It is so frightening to think about the future of this nation. So reluctantly I have to grieve and conceive our position. But we used to be twin pearls of the Caribbean, until we moral codes just break down one by one. We used to be a great tourist destination, but right now a dark cloud just cover we sun. Since murderers and bandits take over, and all them boys on a killing spree, I sit quietly here in a corner, remembering how the days of old used to be. So mirror, mirror on the wall, I say, can you tell me? Can you tell me how to bring back sweet tea and tea? Tea that I when I think about the children, I'm so frightened for their future. Boy, to lose a next generation will be total disaster. Mother TNT, I am sorry. I must apologize to you. For those who make you unhappy, my dear, no excuse will ever do. Well, look, I grieve just like you are grieving in this time of doom and gloom. But I pray for a new day coming to heal the scars of your womb. I know you have many sons and daughters who want to see you live and grow. So as a people, we must work together to build back we sweet Trindigo. But we used to be such a fun-loving people. But somewhere, somehow, things change entirely. We used to be free from all this kind of trouble. A nation who has not lost its identity. As the gap between the rich and poor keeps getting bigger and bigger daily. I see a people who used to live as one now have a doggy mentality. So mirror, mirror on the wall, I say, can you tell me? Can you tell me what kind of zombie take over tea? What?
Just insert the name Dominica. What kind of devil
Thank you.
take over Dominica this time?
Every day is another murder. Some so senseless you don't know why. The crime rate keep going up steady. Well, just now we go touch the sky. Imagine they find a body in the cane field with the head about half mile away. You know the police say on the news that how they suspect there is foul play. And then they went on a little further, like they have we down on some real backside, telling we it's a ticklish matter and how they not ruling out suicide. When I check out the investigation, I wonder how they come to this conclusion. But my suggestion is a man like Burroughs, a flying squad will solve the situation. Cause it used to be safe to walk all through the country. But nowadays, we getting rock pole face in broad daylight. We used to have a total sense of security. With fellas like Burroughs, criminals had to run day and night. But now the commissioner sits in his office, and from there he gives his command. But there was no compromising with Burroughs. Dead or alive, you go into the station. So mirror, mirror on the wall, I say, can you show me? Can you show me? And you wait forward for sweet tea. Lighty da dan da dan 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 go away. Biddy dan da dum 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 dum. Chill and day day. Light da dan dan. Whoa whoa. Thank you very much.
As I said earlier, of course, the Prime Minister and the Minister of Security will be addressing the issue of crime head on. 11 o'clock, news conference. Good morning to you. Our first call for the day. Yes.
Yes, Matt. According to the Calypso, we see them things going on, and we never attack it head on. We always have how you call it, some kind of
An excuse?
What you say?
An excuse, you said.
An excuse for it. When Nelly said pop on, the Prime Minister of Dominica White said, I have my Navy SEALs and my snipers. They call it as political pecan. Can you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knew who she was talking about. Barrels of guns came down to Dominica. They haven't showed us where the guns went. Who have the guns? We have people are supposed to be patrolling the sea, and they don't do their job like they're supposed to do. Maybe according to who they meet, they will handsprang them. The other side, they might just leave them alone. So with serious condition and situation in our country, we only have ourselves to blame sometimes when we see things for just keeping it under the mat. When it's under the mat cannot take it again, what can we do now when they are the ones, are the man tell you, Calypso saying, starting the problem. You have policemen harassing who they're not supposed to harass, like people like me and others walk in, and they will harass us. When they have to do their damn job, they are doing it. Right? They're supposed to be doing what their job properly, but they're not doing the way they should do it. To harass people like me and other people walk in, that is, don't do that. Setting up barricades. Not for them to set up the barricades, they're setting it up. But now it's time to set up barricades. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.
Have a blessed day yourself. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Good morning. Hello.
Good day, Mr. Peltier. May I speak?
You can speak, sir. It's your duty to speak.
Once upon a time, there was a guy they called Dr. Francis Severin, the head of the UE, the University of the West Indies. He was making a comparison based on the population of Jamaica, maybe a couple million, 2 or 3 or I don't know. And we down here with 60,000 or whatever. And he said, if we have 10 or 5 murders per year, it is of the same proportion to Jamaica if they have 1,000 or 500 or whatever. Charles Savrin, I call him the name, Rayburn Blackmore, Reginald Austrie, Roosevelt Scary, the chief of police, I can remember who, all of them beat on him like a lapo cabwit. They say things about him. Now Rayburn Blackmore coming there calling on prison pastors and social scientists. I wonder which social scientist you're calling out. Well, give him a job. He's a social scientist. All of us on the payroll doing nothing. Give him a job to do something. I have a good idea who is the social scientist, or you trying to rope into your argument. I've said for years, even Matt Peltier was reading all what people say. Oh, I'm a prophet of doom and gloom. I am no prophet. I'm just a trumpet blowing loudly and out of key. How is blood I want to see in Dominica? Oh, me that want to see it now? You have 3 murders in the span of 1 week. One man that was not the target gets shot. Did he get hit by a sniper bullet or Navy SEAL? I wonder which one. Matt, is it Alex Bruno first child?
It's I don't know if his first interest. I think because the minister is his son, so maybe not. Maybe not. No.
Okay, but is the lady first child?
The lady's first child, yeah.
The guy in St. Joe when they were in Jubla, his mother first child. Oh, there's something against first bondsman. Is this human sacrifice, blood sacrifice, to give all you perceive to be power, or you have power, My brother, it's just the beginning of things in Dominica. He who are very little does not value life too much. And it's not just his or her life. The lives of others means nothing to them, Matt. You cannot have criminals stealing billions of Dominica from a country, Matt, and expect a frustrated young people to roll over and play dead. Man, they will feed on each other. They will feed on you. They will feed on me. Because it's a materialistic world where everybody wants to be somebody, like we are not already. But no, we are not. Because to be somebody, you have to be measured by what you have acquired, what you have achieved, what shoes you wear, what jewelry you wear, what transport you drive, and how much you can go in the Prime Minister's office with his wife and whoever and cut cake and do all the things. All you're accommodating and facilitating criminals and all you. When the perpetrator is the investigator, the investigation dead in the water. When the perpetrator is the investigator, Blackmore, the investigation gets dead in the water. You cannot be aiding and abetting in all lawlessness. Go to hell, it's not your damn business. You're afraid in your heart and no law, no constitution, and you want to come and tell me prison pastors, while as guilty as they are, and calling on social scientists, not guilty, for them to come and help all you to solve a problem all you created deliberately and systematically. I saw it years ago. All you will jump on me now, like I'm all you lapukabe. Take what all you get, you know. You know, that's nothing yet, you know.
All right, my brother, blessings. Thank you very much. Hello, talk to me on the telephone, yes?
Good morning, Matt.
Morning to you, sir.
Matt, I must compliment that personality called Blue Blue. You think she was bang on this morning, Matt? She said exactly what I wanted to say. Exactly. So, in the interest of time, Matt, I just want to give her a little bit of praise for putting her neck out there and always representing the interests of the people. Matt, the first thing that should happen is not that Mr. Security Minister should come and tell us all his nonsense. The first thing that should happen is that Melissa Popon-Skerrit should apologize for making that statement about she having soldiers and Navy SEALs and snipers. She must apologize. That's the first thing. And then we will listen to Blackmore. Then we will listen to Skerrit. Not before that. If she doesn't apologize, null and void. What's going to happen is whatever steps they take are going to be against people who demonstrate against this government. You'll see. That's all it's going to be. The police are going to jump on the innocent people who are against them, who say, down with that administration, we need a change. It's not going to fall on the drug dealers because it appears that the drug dealers are in their laps. That's how it's appearing. Enough said, man. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. 449-3095, 449-3096. How do we address the issue of crime in Dominica? Because now you see it's affecting everybody. Everybody seems a little scared. I was hoping that when we meet this morning at 11 o'clock, I mean the Prime Minister and the Security Minister, they will lay some foundation as to how we're going to point to some solutions, how we're moving forward, because the people are very perturbed as to what is going on. All right, Dominica, 449-3095, 449-3096, 449-3096.
KT!
That's a good evening. When a country and its people cannot take no more again, so much killing and kidnapping make we feel like all is in vain. Our nation is now under siege. We feeling the effects. Very many ready to leave, cause they don't know who will be next. It looks like living by the gun. is the latest craze in town. Whether you stand up or you run, a bullet could still shoot you down. And when I examine the whole scene, I still don't know where we going. So I asked the master to intervene, cause my nation needs a healing. But we used to be.
Good morning on the telephone. Good morning. Hello. Uh-oh.
Until them big boys start to bring guns by the hototo. Oh yes, we used to be a symbol of integration. But right now, boy, ashamed to say it is so. Here the lust for money and power causing this catastrophe. So like Alice, I sit and wonder how the days of old used to be. So mirror, mirror on the wall, I say, can you tell?
Let's go back to the telephone. Good morning.
Matt, good morning, Matt.
Morning, man. We're looking for some solutions as it relates to the increasing crime in Dominica, sir. Good morning.
Matt, you know I'm one of those that would be prepared to assist in any way, shape or form, advise. I want a peaceful Dominica. I have 2 young children, Matt. I cannot sit there and watch my country go down. Some people don't care. Some people just doing what they have to do, giving lip service, and nothing happening. But Matt, I heard a young man talk about he being rushed by a gang or whatever.
Some thugs, yeah, you can refer to them as thugs, yeah.
Right, Matt, these are the kind of things. In the days gone back, when you had people like KK and them, Tucha and them, that kind of young thing would never get a chance to breathe or grow in any way. Because as soon as they saw that person somewhere, they would dismantle it, Matt. You see a group of sometimes on a Friday night, you see a group of like 12 young boys, and they're running through any power them, it is back, close. But these are the things police have to look at. You see what they have the recruits doing now, man? Going around up to 7 o'clock in the night, Matt. Matt, you there?
I'm right here, sir. I'm listening, yes.
Up to 7 o'clock in the night, is ticket books in there. They need to let them put that ticket book down and continue patrolling the city. Because after 6, what do you mean by ticket booking also? That is absolute garbage, man. That is what they should be doing. Just show the presence of the police and stand up in areas where criminal operating, man. We need more of that. Rather than looking for the little penny from a vehicle owner. You know what I'm saying, bro? Rather than just looking for a little penny from vehicle owner. We only got 60 police officers. We see them on the road for the first 2 months, then you don't know where they start paying to. Have some section put in them, I get, and out of the street, man. So much we need more of that. Dismantle the blocks, those areas there, man. That is what we need to do. And unless they decide to do that, if the Prime Minister is serious about fighting crime, we expect some major declaration today, you know. We expect to hear things, man. It's either the state has to take drastic action against people that are just shooting in the public, doing nonsense. The judges, what?
Something seems to be wrong with your telephone. Are you still there? Sorry about that. We might have to connect with you again.
But somewhere, somehow, things change entirely. We used to be free from all this kind of trouble. A nation who has not lost its identity. As the gap between the rich and poor keeps getting bigger and bigger daily. I see a people who used to live as one now have a doggy mentality. So mirror, mirror on the wall, I say, can you tell me what kind of zombie take over tea? What? Thank you.
All right, let's go to the telephone. Yes, hello, talk to me. Sorry, Mr. Hillary Schillenford. I'll try to contact you in a few minutes. Hello, yes?
Good morning, Matt. How are you doing?
Morning to you, my brother. How you doing?
Oh, I'm not too bad now. Matt, I don't know if you can help me in terms of policing, making me understand. But as I always say, it's all well and good. Every year you must have police in a country to give you security. And I've noticed that quite a few years. But this batch of policemen are wrong. I'm saying to myself, Matt, to me, it's like I watching them police officers just pull up in a corner and walking around with books in their hand. And I'm saying to myself, but what is that about now? I mean, I'm not saying if you walking through roads or something happen in traffic, you dealt with the matter. But to watch them police actually with book in their hand and pull up. So I'm saying to myself, where is the security of the state? To me, something not right, Matt. I don't know what is the right explanation, but to me, something not right. To watch them young police officers just pull up in a corner with book in their hand, Matt, something not right. Now somebody need to tell me how police really work. To me, I don't think the security of the state. To me, is the protection of the country. But you can't tell me you are signed with book in your hand every day, pull up on the side of the road at just book and pen. So it haven't got other policing workmen now.
So you're saying that they need to do more instead of standing in the street corners with their book and their pens, huh?
Yeah. To me, I would like somebody in police to really explain to me how police really working. Because to me, I don't find that making sense. Every day, just pull up in a corner and just book in your hand and just hour, Matt. Something wrong. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you very much. 449-309-5449, 3096, 449-309-761-64257. This song is so appropriate, man. This song there from Skatey in Trinidad and Tobago.
A gentleman I call the Savannah Bound, one of the finer voices in the business, and he continues to write his name along the landscape that is Calypso. He will be appearing at the Dimanche Gras finals as well, and he's coming to do for us a number called Mirror, Mirror. Put your hands together and welcome the Savannah Bound, Skatey!
That's a good evening.
Somebody reveals to me that just last week, 4 young men in hoodies tried to attack a young security officer in the vicinity of forestry in the night, the same area where the last shooting took place.
Our nation is now under siege. We feeling the effects. Very many ready to leave, cause they don't know who will be next. It looks like living by the gun is the latest craze in town. Whether you stand up or you run, a bullet could still shoot you down. And when I examine the whole scene, I still don't know where we going. So I asked the master to intervene, cause my nation needs a healing. But we used to be such a peaceful nation until them big boys start to bring guns by the hotel.
Hello, talk to me on the telephone, yes?
Let me say something quickly, Matt. Bringing guns by the hototo. You hear that? The big boys start to bring guns. Hototo means a big amount, Matt.
A lot.
Then big boys start to bring guns by the hototo. The Minister of National Insecurity, can you please tell me what happened to the 2 barrels of guns? Why coincidental? Or they did not wait for the people who imported it, allegedly, quote unquote. Or you took them prematurely, quickly. What happened to those guns? Why there are so many guns in Dominica? What are those back door? You remember, Minister said to come back door, take your people, take everything and come back door, or you're influencing all manner of crimes. Matt, a solution to our problem. Can I share a solution to you, Matt?
Go ahead.
Matt, it is alleged, and which I believe I am contradicting. That's a paradox here, Matt. I believe Skerrit have the money. Matt, the billions Skerrit have, the government of Dominica. Just invest that into industries, Matt. Matt, we need an agro-processing plant. Look how you up on board with the marijuana. Rather late, because the world have left us behind. but invest in it as well. Music, put a lot of money in it. Culture, but the Arabic House of Culture, they say they would have repaired. It is repaired now, man.
Partly, I think there's some more work to be done, yes.
Well, but that is it. But these are young people that are frustrated, young men that are hopeless, young men that are being used, Matt, by politicians within the 5-year cycle, sometimes 3 years, sometimes 2 years, as often as the God of Dominica chose to call election. They say Ministerial that know the date one time he had say blah, blah, blah. So, Matt, that is what it is. Matt, let us talk about the cause of the problem. Then we can find a solution to the problem. The cause of the problem, we know what it is, but a lot of us love skirting around the issues. So if Kerry could only take the billions from the passport monies, Matt, and invest it into industries and every avenue of employment he can explore, and get these young people engaged into some meaningful employment rather than have people getting chicken change in NEP. My children are prostituting. Young men are shooting. People are suiciding. So when all you think, or you can just come there and scapegoating, talking about young people or the young men, or you give them high grade to smoke, or you did not create an industry. Now all you want to create industry, the house has already built in the stable. Oh, let us prepare for the worst though. Right now you get two and hold me up. And 1 month is gone, I come and buy. And all kind of things happening, broad daylight all over Dominica. And all you just want to blame young people, blame young people. Blame the criminals in high places that bring in the guns by the hototo. It's they that using the psychology of deflection. When you have all this lawlessness, this crimes and violence, you cannot pay attention to the criminals building the mansion. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. 449-309-596 and 97. Let's take a voice note there from Mr. Lennon Matthew.
Matt Pelty, good morning to you and good morning.
Morning to you, sir. Morning, yeah.
But as we all the gun violence that has been happening in Dominica, the brazen actions of people using guns in the middle of roads, it tells you one thing: there's a lack of respect for law enforcement. And Matt Pelty, that didn't happen overnight. We have been calling out for changing the leadership of the police force, changing the leadership of the national security in Dominica, because they have frankly failed the people of Dominica. Matt Pelty, guns disappeared from St. Joseph. Up to now, nobody got arrested. The criminals are so brazen, they can shoot people right next to not too far from the police headquarters, not too far from Monbruce, where we have our RSS, our SSU. And these folks don't care. And Matt, where we find ourselves didn't come and happen overnight, because when we have the current acting police chief involved in smuggling of individuals without due process, aided and abetted by people in high office, and he's currently still in charge of the police force. What do you expect when there are people who are promoted because of political affiliation or loyalty to certain individuals, and they cannot be promoted on merit? They don't know how to write a statement, don't know how to give an evidence in court. What do we expect when we have a law enforcement apparatus that is corrupt from the head? Matt Pelty, we cannot expect our police force to do what is in our best interest. And we have been complaining for the longest while that some people need to change. The situation in Dominica can change in 6 months, but it will require the removal of some people. And I think unless we make that sacrifice, then the criminals are running rampant because they have no respect for law enforcement. And what we have to be cautious about is not allowing Blackmore and the political operatives in Dominica who have created that situation to let us lose our freedoms. And what I am hearing from Blackmore is give the police carte blanche to do as they please because the criminals are running rampant. Matt Pelty, we have to be very, very careful, because now they will stop and search and frisk whoever they please and say, well, the law tells them to do that. And we have had situations where state of emergency has been implemented because when the crime rate gets high, you have to do things like that. But we cannot afford to do something like that when we have people like Cobbett as the head of the police force in Dominica. The guy is corrupt as he gets. He's a butt kisser, and he thinks that his service is to a politician. So how then are we going to give up our freedom to people who are leading the police force that are there to protect one individual? Matt Peltier, the Prime Minister, has more security than entire districts in Dominica. The Prime Minister has a higher security detail than district. What is he afraid of? You've been in office for 20-something years. The people love you. What are you afraid of? So if you need 60-something officers, then what about the people of Dominica who can be walking on the streets? You see what the problem is, Matt Peltier? So we're trying to solve a problem that has been created by the people in office who themselves are involved in criminal activities. We've heard rumors of people in court and people getting arrested, and certain individuals are calling and tell them, let them go. These are the same individuals who traffic guns and drugs into the country, Matt Peltier. So when we hear Blackmore speak and Cobbett speak, Matt, the devil cannot correct sin. And for the situation in Dominica to change or improve, there are people at the top who need to be removed. You cannot discipline your junior officers. You cannot set example when you yourself are violating the rules of your operation. And there are processes involved in arrest and search. No matter what they come and talk about, well, the law says this, the law says that. The biggest thing we have to be aware of is when the situation comes like that, we cannot entrust our lives with Cobbett because he has proven to be deceptive, he has proven to be dishonest, and he does not belong in the police force. There are lots of police officers that should not be in there. And when the head is corrupt, when the police force is corrupt, the criminals are taking example and page from the politicians in Dominica. And that's why they are so bold. When a man charges the state $64,000 and he gets away with it, and he doesn't give the rats, then the criminals are just following his example. And Matt Peltier, we have to lay blame where it needs to be laid. And just like they take credit for every damn thing in the country, well, guess what? When the head is bad and the community cannot work with a police force that is not trusted, and to gain trust regain trust of the police, some people need to leave, and we need to put people in position that are there for the country, for the public they're supposed to serve, and not individuals. Matt Peltier, you have a good morning. Good morning.
Have a good morning.
This nation, so reluctantly I have to grieve and conceive our position, but we used to be twin pearls of the Caribbean until we moral codes just break down one by one. We used to be a great tourist destination, but right now a dark cloud just cover we sun. Since murderers and bandits take over, and all them boys on a killing spree, I sit quietly here in a corner, remembering how the days of old used to be. So mirror, mirror on the wall, I say, can you tell?
Somebody says removing discretion from the courts is one of the solutions to crime mentioned by Mr. Blackmore. The removal of discretion from the court only heightens corruption. Taking the power of the court and putting it in the hands of politicians.
When I think about the children, I'm so.
Good morning, Matt. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. It is very heart wrenching to hear what is happening nowadays with you swear that you live in.
Oh, sorry about that. We're gonna come back. Sorry.
In the States, or in one of those fast countries where you hear bullets flying and then you have to duck. And unfortunately, that is what we have now. That is the world that we live in now. That is the mentality of the young people, and not the same as the mentality of the people before. We hearing people saying, "Oh, before that wasn't so." Of course not. Times have changed, and we have to recognize as a people that times have changed. What the young.
What's going on here?
Who has not lost its identity. I see gap between the rich and poor keeps getting bigger
Young people
and
used
bigger.
to take as value. Nowadays, the young people of now, they don't. They have no morals. They have no moral standing. It's like it's all about getting rich, having, as they say, respect, street creds for what they don't even know. They want street cred for streets that are not even theirs. And the sad thing is, that is what happening all over the world. So as a community, that's where we should stand up. You have a set of young people making children now. We see it, man. You see young mothers and daughters. Sometimes you have to ask yourself, who is the mother, who is the daughter? A lot of times the mothers are short, even shorter than the daughters, the younger ones. And we even have younger grandparents now. You have young grandparents that are in their 40s. When back in the day you would have parents with young children in their 40s. Now you have grandparents that's in their 40s. So, we have to recognize as a community that time is changing and stop thinking about what used to be back then and focus on what can we do now. We cannot depend on those stupid politicians. You see what they're about. They're all about their money. As long as it doesn't involve their children, their immediate family, they don't care. They don't care. So that's where we as a community, we come in and we have to start caring. Start policing your neighborhoods. When you see something, say something. And I do understand that there's some you go to the police station and you report certain things and the police does nothing. And that is totally understandable. But we as a community, we have to stand up. We have to hold these people accountable. These drug dealers, these thugs, whatever you want to call them, we have to hold them accountable. And that's where I think we need to start as a community. Not just turn a blind eye because it doesn't involve you. Say something when you see something. Say something. Intervene sometimes, but that's the world we live in, Matt. And unless we as a community decide to take control and to say enough is enough, it's going to continue. Sad but true. Thanks, Matt.
Can you tell me how to bring back sweet tea and tea? Oh, yeah, yeah. Lighty, dan, 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 dan. Oh, di, dun, 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 dun. Till and day. Line, dan, 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 day, day. Everywhere you feel the pressure, it's a fact you cannot deny. This is not a laughing matter. Real serious is no mama guy. Why criminal?
I think Mr. Hillary Shillenfeld is back.
Police and army without a clue.
We caught him got shot because of a connection here. Mr. Shillenfeld, good. Yeah, I think you're very passionate about the subject. Yes.
You would not hear me, but that's an interesting topic to me. So I left the farm just to make my contribution.
Okay.
Man, I heard the last caller. She's on point, but I just want to tell her, no amount of policing within our community. If the police not prepared to act, and if the law not ready to be enforced, and if the magistrates and whoever are taking certain actions, it's going to be hard, man. But let me just tell you, man, my position is if the Prime Minister is interested or serious about crime, we should hear some serious declaration today, man. Matt, top of the agenda, you don't have to fire Reverend Blackmore. If you think he's a guy that can work somewhere else, take him out of that ministry.
You seem convinced about that.
Matt, there's no other way. In every other country, he would have tendered his resignation. They would not wait for the Prime Minister to fire him or to transfer him, move him, shuffle him to another ministry where he can be effective. We still think Blackmore can work. But Blackmore has too much power over the police force. Blackmore believes he's still a police. And he wants to police the commissioner of police. That cannot work, man. He has done it with all the commissioners that work under him. Everyone, with no exception. So, Matt, another thing that Roosevelt Perry should be doing today is talk about seriously training his officers. The police officers have no training, Matt. But taking them to Monbruce is utter garbage to believe they can learn training there. The same set of trainers in Monbruce need to be trained. Matt, every day we let criminals come before the court. Matt, we know we have competence in prosecution. We know that. We know that. But not when you have police officers making a massive investigation, some of them whether intentionally, put time files, Matt, it's not going to work. Unless Roosevelt can declare we're going to have an elite 8 investigators to deal with major crimes, and it must not be his Labour Party cronies, people he can call and tell him, boss, that person, whatever. That is not what we need, Matt, now. We need serious investigators that know and to be trained not by retired police officers, We have to go further than that. Bring in foreign people to invest, teach them the principles of investigation, man. But unless the Prime Minister is prepared to do that, he is not prepared to fight crime. Equip the police, man. You have everybody at GA driving. And sometimes you have police stations saying they have no vehicles. But I am convinced that the extension of the police force is a matter of trying to, intimidate people with their own people, bring their own people, and just have them there to do their dirty work. Because when you look at some of them, they almost creep on the road. But I am very disappointed in the manner in which our police force is being dealt with. I believe we can do a lot better.
But the question remains, Mr. Schillenfeld, how do we fix it? How do we fix it?
Matt, it's a simple thing. It is easy to fix it, Matt. All we have to do is prepare people for leadership in the police force. Don't pick up our cronies. Whether they know how to write a statement or not, you promote them. You understand? Promote people on merit. And the police force will be more encouraged to work, Matt. Matt, use them, your human resource. They need to look at that. Officers who have talent, just use them anywhere. You know what I'm saying, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
Use the appropriate officers in the appropriate places. You understand me, Matt?
I understand.
Because I believe if the Prime Minister takes Blackmore out of the leadership of the police force, Blackmore does not affect me, Blackmore can affect me. I just think Blackmore has not done a good job in terms of handling the police force. The police force has never seen quarter of that crime, quarter of the amount of crime, quarter of the amount of guns, quarter everything. And Roosevelt refused. He absolutely refused to deal with the situation. What is he hiding? What is happening? How can you have a man, crime has multiplied by 5, 6, 7 times, and up till today, you have not taken a decision to move the minister responsible for crime. We never had a minister of national security in the past, man. Now you have a man doing that. Well, not now, but under Labour. And it's the worst. His entire ministry.
If somebody would say that, Mr. Schillenfeld, do you feel like people attack you and say you have something personal against Mr. Blackmore? Or would you defend that?
He may want to tell people that before that national security problem, on your program, when fellows are giving Blackmore blows, do you remember me clearly saying, I believe Blackmore is one of the hardest working MP? Do you remember me saying that on your radio?
And you said that last week as well, You said that last week. Mm-hmm.
Give the man what is his own. He's a hard-working guy. He can call him Coparezo. You can call him whatever you want, Pampot. But he was working in Mao. That is my view. And when I speak to people and when I watch, I see Blackmore being a hard-working MP. But Blackmore cannot handle Ministry of National Security because he thinks he has to go in there, listing, and promote who he wants. That kind of thing where he can control because he has that police thing in him. Blackmore cannot lead the Ministry of National Security. And Roosevelt damn well know that. So if I want to say something like this, what can I have against Blackmore? Me and Blackmore had one basic situation. I was compensated handsomely. Why should I have? I wish the situation repeat itself. Let me get more. You know what I'm saying? Black must never lift a finger on me. Black must never ask me not one, interfere in me in any way. You know what I'm saying, man? When Black Must put a line of questioning on me, I told him, write up CID that don't scare. And I won't say the other things I tell him because it's not fit for radio in the heart of CID. So I have nothing against Blackmore. If right now I see somebody troubling Blackmore on the road now, man, I say, leave him alone. Not that he needs me to say that. I have absolutely nothing personal against Blackmore. Okay? If he have against me is him. My situation is I do not want to be sitting in Roseau and get a gunshot. You know? By some idiot with a gun. You know, if some of them guys have guns, and it's like putting a machine gun in the hands of a 2-year-old. They have to use it. They have to try it. They must stupid, so them can't read and write. But they have guns. That is what I want to see. Black people fighting against in Dominica. Nothing else. And the criminals that have license guns, and they're facilitating those without. These are the things I want to see stop. And you know, tell me how it's happening. Roosevelt can't tell me how it's happening. They know. All of us know. So I'm saying, I have my children in that country. I have my family. I hear people say they don't feel like coming back to Dominica because Dominica has too much crime. 3 shootings in one day. And Black Must saying he support this police for shooting in a vehicle where you believe a criminal was. And there's nobody. That's a woman and a child. And you're supporting the shooting like an idiot. You're not shooting the tire. Where in Roseau you can run? You can block the vehicle anywhere in Roseau, man. But you know, some of the things, they go too easy. And Sky never make a statement to override the garbage. Black Must said, your police officer in the middle of Roseau shooting in a back glass with a child and a woman. Even after the fact, he's still standing by his police. The man is at anyway, Matt.
Take care, my brother. Take care.
Unless Roosevelt scary, make certain declarations today. Dominicans must understand they do not want to fight crime. It is their supporters, their people are doing crime, that major crime, not petty crime, but major crime, bringing in and controlling guns. It is their people. And they will do no damn thing about it. Okay?
Hillary for thank you very much.
Until we moral codes just break down one by one. We used to be a great tourist destination. But right now, a dark cloud just cover we sun. Since murderers and bandits take over, I know them boys on a killing spree. I sit quietly here in a corner, remembering how the days of old used to be. So mirror, mirror on the wall, I say, can you tell me how to bring back sweetie and tea?
How do we bring back Dominica? Milk and honey.
Matt, good morning.
Morning to
It
you.
was my contribution towards this debate.
Okay.
Matt, I've called you several times. I've said that several times, and I'm going to repeat myself again. Elections and utterances on the campaign trail have consequences. And we are now facing the consequence of what was said on the campaign trail. Matt, as you go to the Prime Minister's mess conference today, I beg of you one favor. Can you kindly ask the Prime Minister if the minister who advised people to come in via front door, back door, middle door, up door, below door for the elections, will she apologize to the nation for what is happening today? Because we know that the guns that are being used in Dominica did not come in legally through any of the proper channels. So will the minister who gave that encouragement to the people, and now we are facing the consequences, we are all living in fear, walking on eggshells, will she apologize to the state? I know they will all be there with the Prime Minister at his mess conference, because anywhere he goes, they have to follow him. So will she just stand up one time as he is there and say, I humbly apologize to the nation for what I said, the encouragement I gave, and ask those who came in via back door with their weapons to turn them in. That is my request of you for today. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you.
Center is now even closer to you with the opening of Do-It Center Express, conveniently located on Cork Street, right next to Fresh Market. Get all your home improvement essentials fast with everything from tools and paints to home decor and more. Plus, enjoy the same great service you know and trust. Now, just a quick stop in the city. Visit us today at Do-It Center Express, your partner in home improvement, now closer than ever.
'Cause I'm on my way. KFC delivery is here. Just place your order at www.kfcdominica.com, Facebook or WhatsApp at 614-2633 and your order will be delivered to you. KFC, it's good. 'Cause I'm on my way.
Switch to a Quartz Ready Cash loan today. Bring your loan to us and get 25% off your interest rate. No collateral. Minimum documentation needed. Approval within 24 hours. And choice of payment terms. All you need to apply is your ID, payslip, recent job letter, proof of address, and 2 references. Visit us in store or apply online at www.quartz.com. Quartz Ready Cash. Ready when you are. Normal criteria and special conditions apply.
Know your favorite store, dial it now. 612-12 free. That's Mega. You can rely on Mega for some real deals on name brand clothing and electronics. High quality, low price. We are a wholesale and retail store located in Calabishi, right on the main road. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram at Mega Deals Dominica. Like our page. Check out our stuff. Call us. Visit us. Would appreciate that. Come try it on. Love it. Buy it. Mega Deals. Your one and only online and brick and mortar store. Mega Deals is also on wheels. We make it convenient for your shopping. We deliver straight to your door. Email us at info@megadealsda.com. Rely on Mega Deals for some real deals.
I see Golo in shopping for farming supplies. So I ask him, what are you doing inside Bloombox? You have a farm? He tell me, that's how tell sort. I've been married 37 years. Look at my money farm. I say, no, not woman. Like land for farming crops. And then you understand, Bloombox is the most affordable on island. Knapsacks starting at only $57.71. Elsewhere, it's $300 plus. Cutlass seeds, seeding trays, nursery pots, sales of potting mix, all at way better prices than anywhere else. Fertilizers, 3-in-1 multi-tool, and so much more. Located on Federation Drive, Goodwill. Second property on the right after the Valley Link Road and on the corner of Drury Lane and Hanover Street in Rosal. Bloombox. Let's bloom together.
It's in the feeling and our weeks are. It's in the meaning and our spot. Thing that sets us apart. Who we are. Get rid of all that keeps bumping. Together going strong, no matter what we keep things going. Before we will go home, rockets up in the sky, celebrating on let your rhythm flow.
If you know quality, then you must know the manufacturers of Dominica's finest rums. Belfast Estate Limited, over 80 years leading the industry with exceptional standards and formidable customer service. We present the manufacturers of BB Rum, Soca Rum, Red Cap Rum, Cask Rum, and the signature Belfast Estate Rum Punch. With island-wide distribution daily, Belfast Estate Limited has cemented its mark as the distributor of choice for products like Eldorado range of rums and creams, Kubali Bear, Corona Bear, Guinness, Root Boy drink, and of course the Sunglass juices, Thomas Snacks, Vitamalt, and Pine Hill juices. Call the office at 440-7032 or visit the distribution outlet at Jimmy Dominica. Follow on Facebook or Instagram at Belfast Estate. Belfast Estate Limited, your leading manufacturer and distributor of rums in Dominica.
Mouvement Créole à Soukir. Tout le monde créole pour attention. Comité pour études créole Dominique. Et puis Radio Q FM qui a présenté Mouvement Créole. Tous les mardis soirs, entre 6h après-midi. Information, blague, interview, l'histoire, proverbe, discussion, reportage, apprendre à parler et puis écrit créole. Lien avec ton peuple créole. Bon musique créole. Mouvement créole. À nous faire un rendez-vous, messieurs, mesdames, tous les mardis soirs. QFM. Qu'elle frappé avec bon parole créole. Sans ça participer, qui est nous rapidement Timamaina? Mouvement créole à seconde station QFM. Voici avec nous tous les mardis soirs 6h pour Mouvement créole. Matchez ça.
Prepaid customers can now unlock big bonus rewards like bonus data, prizes, and more every time you activate a 3-day prepaid plan or launcher. Activate a plan, then scratch to reveal your bonus data. Plus, get points for extra prizes. The more you activate, the more bonus data and prizes you can win. Get in on the big bonus rewards when you activate a prepaid plan. Dial *129# or visit topupflow.com to activate a plan today.
We are all concerned. I saw from some police news that 2 young men may be wanted by the police for deadly shootings last week from the Silver Lake area. On the telephone, hello, talk to me.
Good morning, Mr. Peltier. Thank you for taking my call. How are you, my friend?
Morning, sir.
Mr. Peltier, I'm hearing your discussion, right? This thing comes down to 3 things: leadership, policies, and accountability. And I think that the politicians in Dominica, all of them, those in the Labour Party, the Freedom Party, GWP, they need to stop making excuses. They need to really understand what is leadership. There's a serious lack of leadership in Dominica, including with the current sitting government. Crime is something that spreads. And leadership, most of these young people who are involved in crime are living with their parents. They are living with somebody else. These parents need to learn to deliver leadership to their children. Well, one gonna say, young people these days, they don't listen to the parents. Well, that's why you come with policies in place. You put policies in place, tough policies in place, to make those parents understand that their children have been involved in gun violence, in crime situations, and that their house will be inspected, their house will be searched, there's going to be warrant for them. And if they continue to keep these children at their homes with this kind of violence, they too will pay the consequences just like the children. It's that simple. Because some of these young people, I understand they get involved in those crimes, are even under 18 in some cases. So, well, if you cannot put law and order in your house, well, you're going to be responsible because I don't know if you have a judicial court system in Dominica. Well, somebody has to be held accountable. Now, accountability, when you put this policy in place, you have to make sure you follow up. It cannot be, boy, so-and-so child that do it because it's so-and-so child. Let me get them out of the country so then they don't face it. And this is the serious problem we have in this country with crime. Because we have to understand, whether we like it or not, government cannot solve every problem. We in the society, what about our leadership skills? What about these young people we know that we can talk to? Just recently, Johnson Boston went to Suffolk and talked to some young people and stuff like that. That's leadership. Yes, he's not in government. He's not the National Security Minister. As far as I'm concerned, the National Security Minister is very well known to carry very nice fancy shoes. Fancy shoes doesn't solve crime. Because if your shoes get dirty, maybe you're watching. But this is not about coming and talk on the radio tough and no action. We, as people in this country, need to deliver some sort of leadership in some capacity, whether we are pastor, a priest, a parent, somebody, we also have a role to play. And the problem is that all we talk about, and I wonder, Mr. Peltier, when you have those shows, If they are listening to the question you're asking, that's why I believe you deserve an award. You're asking the question, yes, we have this problem. What is the solution? Your callers keep calling, say, this happening, this happening. What is the freaking solution? The solution is tough policies, give leadership instead of staying there, don't want to do the hard work, jump on radio stations and try to be the star. Political people fighting against each other. This is not going to solve our problem. I am telling you, Mr. Perry, I'm so sick and tired of this. And there's great possibility that the person you're talking to right now could well be Prime Minister in the next 7 years. That's what I'm going to send out. We need to solve this problem. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you, my friend, Mr. Bello there. Calling in for passion this morning. 449-3095, 449-3096, 449-3097. This song is so appropriate this morning, eh? Very appropriate. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Mirror, mirror on the wall. We're going to come back again. We're going to come back. Very, very timely this morning. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the luckiest of them all, huh?
To do for us a number called Mirror, Mirror. Put your hands together and welcome the Savannah Bound Skating.
You know, they say that
That's a good evening.
when you point fingers, you have 4 pointing back at you, huh? What
And its people
are you going to do about this?
no more again. So much killing and kidnapping make we feel like all is in vain. Our nation is now under siege. We feeling the effect. Very many ready to leave, cause they don't know who will be next. It looks like living by the gun is the latest crazy tongue. Whether you stand up or you
Yes, some politicians have to take some blame, but what about you?
examine the whole scene, I still don't
What are you doing to change the situation, huh?
ask the master to intervene. Cause my nation needs a healing. But we used to be such a peaceful
Such a peaceful nation.
until them big boys start to bring guns by the hototo. Oh yes, we used to be a symbol of integration. But right now, boy, ashamed to say it is so. Here the lust for money and power causing this catastrophe. So like Alice, I sit and wonder how the days of old used to be. So mirror, mirror on the wall, I say, can you tell me how to bring back sweet TNT? Oh, yeah, yeah. Lighty, dan, 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 dan. Ooh, din, 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 din. Till and day. Line, dan, 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 dan. Everywhere you feel the pressure, it's a fact you cannot deny. This is not a laughing matter, real serious is no mama guy. While criminals having a field day, police and army without a clue. The whole place in a disarray, this country in a real callaloo. It's only the small fish keep getting caught, while the big ones getting away. They will be charged and taken to court, but we know they have the money to pay. It is so frightening to think about the future of this nation. So reluctantly I have to grieve and conceive our position. But we used to be twin pearls of the Caribbean until we moral codes just break down one by one. We used to be a great tourist destination. But right now, a dark cloud just cover we sun.
Are you there, caller? Sorry.
Murderers and bandits take over, and all them boys on a killing spree. I sit quietly here in a corner, remembering how the days of old used to be. So mirror, mirror,
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Can you tell me? Hello, talk to me.
Nothing must talk in this country. Only way you don't talk is communist countries. We expect ourselves. We don't talk with any fact.
Of course we can talk, but I'm saying what do we do about it? We
have to fight to save this country.
Mm-hmm.
You have to fight to save this country, like the other countries doing. That's all about it.
Hello, talk to me. Yes. Uh-huh.
Mark,
Morning to you. How you doing? How you doing?
Mark, I'm okay. I'm just kind of amazed sometimes. We ask for Mr. Blackmore when things happen to make a statement. And when he does, we criticize. When he doesn't say anything, we say, oh, we're not hearing from Mr. Blackmore. Mr. Blackmore, come out. When he does, it's like whatever he says is just not in our taste. And one other thing, a couple months ago, I think there were some videos circulating, videos of police dismantling blocks. And I remember your same callers came here saying police on those blocks harassing the young men, taking their bikes and whatever it is. So what exactly do we want? And a lot of your callers calling, we complain. But what are the solutions? I'm not hearing them calling on the young men to stop it. And that is what we want. We want solutions. Yes, we have a problem on the one hand, but what are we suggesting? And I just really don't know what exactly on. But I think we need a lot of prayers for our young men, especially, and our young girls. And we also need a lot of prayers in general. And that animosity and anger we have towards one another, on certain levels, we have to come together when it's things like this. Thank you, Matt.
Yes, and that's what I'm asking for. For solutions because it's very, very serious. Very serious. Just last week, I spoke about a lady who was a vendor, and she told me, Matt, I've been vending for like 35 years in the same spot, and this is carrying me like hell. Let's listen to Mr. Blackmore, recent statements. I'm sure we'll hear more at the 11 o'clock hour, but let's listen to Mr. Blackmore for a few minutes on the situation with the shootings in Dominica.
Tourist destination. But right now, and the local government's position on the whole issue of gun-related crimes and crime and whole. And let me firstly take this opportunity because Mr. Bruno is somebody I knew very well. I can recall when I first ran, I had about 28 to 26 days to run a campaign. And in the Kenfield area, Veronica is mother, Noreen and Margot, all of them, and who actually front and center of my campaign. So I knew, actually, he has the same name of his father, Alex Grove. I knew him as a baby. And when he voted for the first time, he was also in my LYO before the age of 18. And when he voted in 2019, I think was the first time he voted. It reminded me that I was the first person he voted for in his life. So somebody with a very quiet disposition. But that having said, anyone who come across this or that in those kind of circumstances is uncalled for. And also those who got injured in that incident. And it's a situation whereby we should not bend our knees before those who intend to disrupt the civility and the peace of this country. The gun-related issues in this country is something that all of us must confront frontally and deal with a certain degree of seriousness and no-nonsense approach. You have seen the police in the recent past more so up in the games. There's a need, of course, for people, for the police to redouble their effort to go after not only those who are actually doing the shooting, but certainly they have been sent by others. And it's a situation where that have to be dismantled, and we must be brave enough from a law enforcement standpoint to confront this issue, because crime and threat and fear of crime will undermine our progress in this country. And we are too peaceful for that. In the other areas I made reference to at the press conference last week, insofar as serious crimes are concerned, you have seen a dramatic drop. But we cannot sit and say, okay, it's an issue among a certain subculture, is a subculture of society. So let them claim themselves. You see what happened on Tuesday? Somebody similarly who had nothing to do with whatever infraction or feud that is going on between that subculture. But two people, one came across his death at the age of 26, and somebody else who living a mainstream life, going to work to earn bread, exercising the labor of industry that we all have been taught to work hard and to be self-reliant. These are the virtues of life that will make you a good woman, a good man. So, and I have something else to say, because I really don't care, because at the end of the day, people point the finger. But some people have to be brave enough to stand up to that. These things will continue to happen when you have complicit to that action. Hypocrisy. You get my point? So we're only concerned when it affects us. When the police go out, arrest people, and the police have to ensure that the matters are properly investigated, and the matters go before the court. There was a crime symposium headed by the Prime Minister then of Trinidad in Trinidad. I was there, along with the Prime Minister and the Attorney General. The Prime Minister spoke. He spoke their mind. There are two lawyers, Mayor Motley and Dr. Al Gonzalez, on the issue of the court granting bail to murders where the highest degree of brutality is being exercised. And they were chastised, criticized as leaders of the country, speaking on behalf of the people who have elected them. Now, when you have this kind of brutality taking place on the street, the loud silence from those who normally speak when a minister or prime minister speak is absolutely ridiculous. You get my point?
Mm-hmm.
Now, and I'm saying, so we have to articulate solutions. As we speak, we can recall the issue about the Bail Act. We are one of the countries with the Bail Act, which we brought to Parliament and passed. There was a clear intention that certain crimes, murder, rape, kidnapping, armed robbery, certain gun-related crimes, grant ought not to be granted unless certain things actually can be proven. Now, the whole issue of Section 7 of the Bail Act is something that we are currently looking at to remove the discretion of whoever the judge is, to insert his own opinion or view, and to place back the onus on the accused. If somebody is the intention of Section 7, from what I can recall, if somebody, of course, is charged for murder, and you have different forms of murder. You have manslaughter, you can be driving a vehicle, and you bang somebody, or you defend yourself. But when somebody hits and premeditates and comes up, follows somebody, pick on the boss, horse drivers running for the light, and comes out and shoots somebody, or shoot three people, or execute somebody by a river, or something, and no police officer, no DPP, we prefer a charge against anybody if there is not some form of evidence tying the person, whether it's circumstantial, whether it's primary evidence, or real evidence. You get my point, I'm saying. It is left to the jury. We have a jury system. The matter goes to the magistrate court, what they call a preliminary investigation, inquiry, and it goes to the high court. If they look at submission is okay, and the merit of it. But of course, those are the issues. So when you have bail being granted, you understand, in the most stringent, lenient condition, and nobody speaks about it. The one minister speaks about it, he's been attacked. You get my point. So it's not only about when the police arrest people and they're held for a serious crime. If you allegedly take someone's life, you're innocent until proven guilty. It doesn't mean that you should be bailed with the most lenient condition. You get my point. Growing up, you never heard of people being bailed for murder. So what we are doing now, looking at Section 7 to take out the discretion from the judge. And you're in that situation. The other situation is, of course, there's an issue about the time it takes for matters to be with. Yeah, it's a bona fide issue. Bro, but let me tell you something. I've been around for a while. I speak to a number of my colleagues overseas. And they said to me, let's exchange places. Because the issue of backlog, where in countries even have a Hurricane Maria, it's even more significant than Dominica. We had Maria in Dominica, where cases have to be reconstructed, 2 years with no court. Then we had COVID. Certainly, you're going to have a backlog. But what is the public interest? To just let go somebody who have been charged and held for murder? What about the victim's right? Okay, and those are some of the issues that we need to ventilate and to have an adult discussion on. So let us look at the solution, etc. The other issue is, and those who are complicit, the silence, when the police go about doing the work, searching vehicles, doing the work, people obstructing them. The police, a police officer, has the authority throughout the country.
Well, before you go, Mr. Blackman, I know you're very passionate about that. But I've gotten reports too, and maybe you have to look within as well. There are people who say there's selective searching going on. I'm never there, but so I don't know what's going on. But the criticism that there's selective justice as it relates to the gun-related violence, and also within the structure of the police force or police service, there are police officers who may be giving information to the perpetrators when police are about to go search. What is your defense on that?
No, that is a ridiculous statement, and it's a very unfortunate statement. And this government and me as a minister would not follow something like that. And this is a democratic country, and I know of a number of people who have been arrested and charged who are supporters of the Labour Party administration.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you're working in the public service or outside the public service. What I think that needs to be done is an all-out assault.
What I'm saying, I'm not talking about the Labour Party or Freedom Party. I'm saying about the police officers themselves who may be an obstruction as it relates to giving justice the proper justice.
No, I would not. I mean, that's something I cannot speak to.
Okay.
The police force in Dominica, let me just tell you something. The police force, we have our problems. The police force in Dominica, in my view, what I've seen, and those come from meeting, and those last day, what I've seen, one of the most, if not the most professional police force in the sub-region. So,
are you saying there are no bad eggs within the structure of the police office service?
And no, if I tell you my in any discipline you go, whether in any fraternity, in any discipline, you're going to find issues. We're going to talk about human beings. But I do not believe it should be used as a brush to brush the entire police force.
Okay.
I mean, what has to be done is to have systems in place. As you have heard, we have created a position for our new assistant commissioner of police for administration and training, to place emphasis on training and to have specialized units in place, like an internal affairs unit.
Mm-hmm.
So the public, in a more transparent way, can actually actually transmit the grievances, and it can be dealt with in a timely and transparent and fashion. So I understand those things there. Understand? And bad actors to be identified and dealt with. You get my point. So, and it's not unique to Dominica. It's an issue in all police forces, it's an issue in all other occupations in the public service, in the private sector. You have bad actors. You see, but I salute those who have taken the decision to take the oath and to put on the uniform. Few of us will do that. Okay? And the police officers have to do their work. We have a situation, notwithstanding that we are the most peaceful in the Caribbean, but we cannot say that and allow that phenomenon, that gun phenomenon, where innocent people have been shot, while young men are being used by others to perpetrate and to commit crimes of the highest nature. And that in itself ought not to be tolerated.
How do you defend the persons who criticize and say that, of course, the police is breaking the laws in terms of the Constitution, searching and the persons indiscriminately? How do you defend it when people say that you're breaking the laws? The way that you conduct searches. How do you defend that?
That's very clear. A police officer, the law makes sure a police constable or police officer does not need a warrant to search anybody in the public sphere. Once they have suspicion, a police officer does not need a warrant to search anybody in a public building. A police officer, under certain circumstances, does not need a warrant to enter a home if the police officer is in immediate pursuit of a felon. That person runs into your house under a bed. The police has a right to enter the house and to apprehend that felon. If a police officer has reasonable cause to believe that a crime is taking place in your house, for example, somebody is screaming for help, the police officer has a right, without a warrant, to come into your home and to investigate the matter and to take reasonable action. A police officer does not need warrant to search your vehicle. A police officer does. If you have a place of amusement where the public has access to, a police officer can come on duty and to put order there. He does not need a warrant. It is established in law. It is also established under common law. A police officer has power to preserve the public peace. According to the go to 1401. Inlet, bay, public buildings, anywhere the police has any reasonable cause that a crime is being committed. So let us first have an appreciation of our laws. And we'll be talking about a gun situation where people using their vehicles, renters, drive-by, big day, to shoot people. This is a serious matter. It cannot get worse. The police officer does not need a warrant. It's a reasonable cause. And the reasonable cause being if people are using bikes, vehicles, rental, it means that everybody who's driving a vehicle is a potential suspect. Either way, because he doesn't know who is carrying the gun. He has a reason to believe based on what is happening on the street. And I believe there has to be an all assault on dealing with a situation of not only guns, the issue of derelicts. The country, there's a sense of looseness where people with core responsibility ask for the love of the country are not doing the work. The issue of derelicts all over the place. Okay, a public health hazard, a public nuisance, okay, a public safety hazard. Okay, well, the law under Section 40 of the Solid Waste Management Act, this is an obligation of owners of derelict scrap metals to bring them in, to take them into an authorized landfill. It also provides the authority to an authorized officer, okay, to give notice and to order the removal of the derelict. And if the owner fails to do so, and the owner cannot be met, that authorized officer has the authority to remove the vehicle or the vehicles or the scrap metal. That's what the law says. Was an authorized officer? An authorized officer is an officer appointed by the minister who was responsible for solid waste. You have environmental level officers, people in the village councils. Now you have solid waste officers who are authorized officers. And by law, a police officer is an authorized officer. That is why the police, quite rightly so, is moving to remove those vehicles, these derelicts, these nuisances, this nuisance to the public, bringing on the value of people's property. And we're talking about green. And this is something we must stop talking about. You see? And unless, there's one thing to talk about the problem, but what are we doing to solve the problem? Okay, so the government can do certain things from a policy standpoint. More police officers, more resources for the police, looking at our laws, etc., which we're doing. What about the homes? What about the friends? What about the workplaces? What about the churches? When a son is not working anywhere, okay, refuse to go to school and not ensuring that he goes to school. Education is free at the high school level, at state college level. The government is building a center of excellence for vocational skills to be taught. Small business money being given to help people to develop enterprise. All the things that the state is doing. What about the role of the mother and the father, or the family? Those things are not important. What about the priests and the pastors? Their roles are not important. What about the courts? Their roles are not important. And now they're closed. We have to look at it from we need social scientists to come out and look at the problem to help. There has to be more general disposition. Not only the police officers, but those of us in certain core offices with core responsibilities who are totally indifferent to what's happening within society. And any of the kind put it in a very splendid manner. He characterizes crime as consensus and non-consensus. And there's consensus among us that murder, taking a gun, a knife, and slaughtering somebody is a serious crime. But that kind of perspective must not only be embraced by the police or the government, it has to be embraced by those who have the responsibility to be part of the solution. Do you get my point? That's what I'm saying. Because if we're not careful, So we can have that gun culture going out of hand and getting to a pathological stage. And we don't want gangs in Dominica. So we have to dismantle any manifestation of gangs in this country. And I will stand for law and order outside the government, my friend.
All right, Mr. Blackwell, I know we're running out of time. Just want a quick comment there. Can you tell us, give us an update as to what has happened, the shooting that took place earlier this week? And we heard the reports yesterday of police shooting in one area in terms of, I think they fired some shots there and persons were somewhat concerned. Can you give us an update as to what is going on with the incident that took place earlier this week that resulted in the murder of a young man innocently, and the shooting that took place yesterday? We were told that police were involved in some shooting yesterday.
Personally, the chief of police will be making a statement in reference to that shooting incident in terms of the investigation that's unfolding.
Okay.
And so I leave that for the chief of police to do. All I can say that all the support the police need to be given. We look at the laws again to strengthen laws. We're looking right now, Mr. Lawan, the draftman is looking at the legal draftman, one of the best in the Caribbean. We're looking at the Finance Act to strengthen it and to remove the discretion from the court. Your court people gone, okay, you have to go to jail. Okay, you get the point? And stuff like that. You shoot somebody, you're charged. Bailing cannot be an easy exercise unless it's absolutely necessary. You cannot bail somebody knowing that the person is going to flee the country. Do you get my point? It's the law says, I've never seen that. The law is the owners ought to be on the accused to say that I will be able to return for my heritage. It's not I'm mad. Because the state to prove. And if you're seeking, if you being a flight risk is a major impediment to you getting bail, and you're seeking bail to travel, how that makes sense now? So we are making a mockery of the process, and they're going to be scared when they blame the minister and everybody else. All of us have to play a role. The government has tried to put a bail act with clear intention, but the intention is not being realized. And it's cool. It's a democracy. But let's go back and we look at Section 7 and to tighten it and to remove the discretion from the court. You shoot somebody, you kill somebody, it's premeditated, there's evidence, you are charged, your body has to remain in the custody of the state, and the body ought to be presented before the court to answer a question. And if the court finds you, if a jury system not guilty, then that's it. But we cannot sit and take decision based on our moods, and because Matt said something, even if or Blackman said something, even if Blackman or Matt are right, you understand? Then the whole thing is a problem. We're acting because at the end we have to be careful. Matt.
I agree now, Mr. Blackwell. 60 seconds, we have 60 seconds. Any updates in terms of the murder that took place earlier? Any police questioning of some gentlemen? Is there people within the court system, within the cells at this time for questioning?
The police chief, I'm not aware of the investigation. I'm going to leave it for the police chief, the deputy and assistant commissioner of police, to speak to that. In terms of the shooting yesterday for the police, I support the action.
Beyond the appearance and the mirror. Put your hands together and welcome the Savannah Bounds. KT!
A mirror on the wall. That's our theme song this morning.
There's a good evening.
I'm looking for solutions.
When a country and its people cannot take no more again, so much killing and kidnapping.
How much more can we take? How much more can we take?
Our nation is now under siege. We feeling the effects. Very many ready to leave, cause they don't know who will be next. It looks like living by the gun. is the latest praising tongue. Whether you stand up or you run, a bullet could still shoot you down. And when I examine the whole scene, I still don't know where we going. So I asked the master to intervene. Cause my nation needs a healing. But we used to be such a peaceful
nation.
Until them big boys start to bring guns by the hototo. Oh yes, we used to be a symbol of.
Somebody says, Matt, we are not disagreeing.
But right now, boy,
Murder by guns is terrible and need to stop. We all agree on that. Blackmore is insinuating that people are okay with that. That is further from the case. We are saying there are solutions, but the folks overseeing the problems by their own actions have encouraged that culture and therefore cannot be genuine in the solutions. If Mr. Blackmore had any integrity, he would resign and let someone else from the public take the lead on getting this problem solved.
Everywhere you feel the pressure, it's a fact you cannot deny. This is not a Matt, good morning. A happy Monday to you and the rest of the Dominican community. Oh boy. Matt, I'm listening to Rayburn, and what I'm just hearing is a whole set. It's what you call word salad. So word salad. The reality is the laws are there, and he's speaking of the laws and all the conferences and whatever he went to, you know. But is it being practiced in Dominica? Are the laws enforced in Dominica? No. That's the problem. You ask for solutions. The solution is Dominica needs a change of governance. That's the solution. Because with this government, we no longer have a democracy. You guys are asking Scary to do things and hope he does this and that because you think you are still in a democracy. You are not. You are no longer in a democracy, guys. This government is corrupt to the core. And the crimes that we are seeing is as a result of the corruption. This is what is going on. It's just that simple. And I really hate to hear when people are asking questions or people, like I heard you ask Mr. Shillingford, oh, the way that you talk about Rayburn now and the things that you're saying, what if somebody said that you might have something against him? To me, this is just childish. You hear they say it in the Labour Party. You hear if you talk about the ills that Roosevelt Skerrit is doing to the country. You hear people say, oh, you hate the Prime Minister. Oh, you're jealous of the Prime Minister. What the hell? I mean, really? This is just childish to me. No, I'm calling whoever it is I have to call out because of the wrongs and the ills that they are doing to the country. This is just pure. It's not personal. It is not personal, and even if it is anytime you're up for public office, this is the way it goes. The solution, Matt, is change of governance. The place is corrupt, and I know people want to be diplomatic and say, oh, Dominica is a safe country, and they always like to say compared to other countries. Well, compared to a country with 3 million people and a country with 70 or 69,000 people, 3 deaths in the same day is a lot. Okay? I'm just saying this morning, Mark, it's just plain and simple. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The change needs to be made.
It does. I'm just saying. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.
And its people cannot take no more again. So much killing and kidnapping make we feel like all is in vain. Our nation is now under siege. We feeling the effects. Very many ready to leave. Cause they don't know who will be next. It looks like living by the gun is the latest crazy tongue. Whether you stand up or you run, a bullet could still shoot you down. And when I examine the whole scene, I still don't know where we going. So I ask the master to intervene. Cause my nation needs a healing. But we used to be such a peaceful nation. Until them big boys start to bring guns by the ho-to-to. Oh yes, we used to be a symbol of integration. But right now, boy, ashamed to say it is so. Here the lust for money and power.
Someone says, Matt, are you just being naive? Do you know, or you know just what is going on in this criminal enterprise? That's running Dominica. Blackmore comes on the radio and stutters a whole heap of what? Nonsense? Meanwhile, 4 reports of shooting last week. What did he say on the radio to stop it? These men in power now are the problem. They arm these men, do their crimes, and then come out and say and act like they do not have any idea what's going on and how they are getting the guns. Come on, man. Huh? Well, Mr. Blackmore spoke since last week. Huh?
It's a fact you cannot deny.
And he will speak again this morning in the next 45 minutes.
Real serious is no mama guy. While criminals having a field day, police and army without a clue. The whole place in a disarray.
So how do you know that I know what's going on in the criminal enterprise?
Keep getting caught.
If I knew,
the big ones getting away. They will be
everybody would know too, huh?
caught, but we know they have the money to pay. It is so frightening to think about the future of.
I'm a Dominican, very concerned as well, huh?
I have to grieve and conceive our position, but we used to be twinkles of the Caribbean until we moral codes just.
Here is a perfect example, right? Breathalyzer testing to test for alcoholic content of drivers at any time, whether it's an accident or randomly. That's in the laws of Dominica. Do we have the apparatus? Do we do it here in Dominica? We don't. Why? Why don't we? The monies we have spending on festival and wasting here and there. These are the things we need to do. Because when you implement that, don't you believe that it's preventive measures? Don't you believe that drivers will be more cautious when they go to party? That boy, police might be down the road waiting to test us to see our alcoholic content that we not consume. And we'll develop a culture of having a designated driver. Less accidents, more lives saved. You do not need a degree to know those things. Mr. Blackmore, bro, come on, man. Basic things like that you cannot implement, my brother. After all those years as a Minister of National Security, you travel, you see, you hear, the information is out there. Come on, how much does it cost to implement those things? The breathalyzer testing, I've been lamenting and asking for those things for years and years and years and years. Why isn't it been done? Why? From captain down to cook. Talk, 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 talk. Like parrot, like parrot, like parrot. What are the priorities in terms of fighting crime and securing the lives and livelihood of the people of our nation? National security. Because without that, everything else, that's it. So, let's look at the monies that we've been wasting in CO and festivals. Let us make this sacrifice. No, don't be envious of St. Kitts because they get this artist and that artist and these big artists. Don't be envious of them. We have our priorities to take care of. Instead of, I do not know the figure, but let's say, example, instead of spending $10 million on Creole Festival, Why not spend 7 and the 3 million, give it to national security, give it to the police and Coast Guard to secure our borders for all those illegal guns that are coming in and going out of the country? Because I find it strange that it is alleged again that someone attempted illegal entry once, that is Choxy or whatever his name, and he was caught. Do you know the amount of illegal entries going on in a week in Dominica? Guns, drugs, all things going in and out, and it is not being caught. Was that coincident? So we need to set our priorities, spend money where we can get good results, and we can save lives and secure the name of our country. And at the end, we will benefit. We'll benefit at the end. People want to come to Dominica. We will make money at the end. So forget about spending all that money in certain areas like the festival. Divert some of those monies to national security. We need traffic lights by TBMC, by the port, to go up, by public works to go up stock farm. Where we having certain incidents and accidents. We need those traffic lights to control traffic. Why? Why haven't they there in 25 years? And I can go on to say so much more. But those are these basic. And you don't need a degree to figure out those things. You don't need to go to any university. That is basic, simple, normal, everyday life common sense.
To bring back sweet tea and tea. Oh, yeah, yeah. Lighty, dan, 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 dan. Oh, din, 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 din. Till and day. Light, dan, 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 day.
All back and no bites, according to one caller there.
Everywhere you feel the pressure, it's a fact you cannot deny. This is not a laughing matter. Real serious is no mama guy. While criminals having a field day, police and army without a clue. The whole place in a disarray. This country in a real callaloo. It's only the small fish keep getting caught, while the big ones getting away. They will be charged and taken to court. But we know they have the money.
Somebody has some suggestions. We'll come back to the phone calls. Solutions to crime increase. Improve on community-based police presence, not aggressively. Modernize crime detection. 3, tackle poverty and economic development. 4, encourage judicial independence. Court should be free from any political or financial pressure. 5, public education, inform citizens of their rights. Change, number 6. From head to toe in the government.
I sit quietly here in a corner, remembering how the days of old used to be.
I have to leave there for a few minutes to cover this news conference, but let's take a voice note here.
Good morning, Matt, and good morning to all Dominicans.
Morning to you.
Matt, I just got back from Dominica on Saturday. I actually spent 10 days on island. And Matt, it saddened me when I walked through Roseau. I didn't realize
going on
that Roseau was so deplorable. Matt, when you look at the city, what is supposed to be our city, and you have these people prancing around Roseau with Louis Vuitton shoes and Prada and Gucci and all that kind of bullshit. In that kind of dirty, smelly town, there's garbage on every corner. There's dog feces. Everything. The gutters, Matt. Oh my God. The place is a place of stench, a city of stench. Is that what they're promoting for tourism in Dominica? And there's another issue where every block has a gang sitting in the corners, Matt. It's a territorial city overrun by stray dogs.
What's going on here? We're trying to figure out, yes?
And gangs and garbage and smelly gutters. And Matt, how is it that Dominica became like that? Back when I was in Dominica, the country was never like that. The city was never like that. You see the poverty on Dominica. And then you have, broad daylight crimes, gunslingers, shooting and killing people, productive people, people in the income generating years, in the middle of Roseau. And then you have a police force sitting there doing what? What are they doing, Matt? I saw my friend JJ. I was at a restaurant. He came in there. I said, JJ, I need to talk to you. Up to now. But he said, I can never go back. What's wrong with this guy? The Dominica is overrun by crime. They have a whole set of fools parading in uniforms that the little pieces are sticking in their hand. Doing what? Go get police work. Do the work of police officers. Effective police work. Shake up the guys on the block that sit there exchanging little bags for money. What are in those bags? These people are abroad walking around in Roseau, sitting on the blocks. Where is the police shake up? Who are the police targeting? You mean they're only targeting dissenting voices? That when a few old people gather to do a little protest, they come and show their force on these old people? I listened to Blackmore, so you need to resign. Because Dominica has never seen more crimes in its lifetime like what is being done now. You need to resign, sir. You come talking about crime and police work and effective police work. You have selective police work. You don't have effective police work. Where is Malik Skerrit? Has anyone asked you about that investigation? If there was ever investigation on that incident that happened with the Prime Minister's son? Where is Malik Skerrit? You mean the young man cannot dress who was just run over and the pillion driver being severely injured, just run over by Malik Skerrit? You have not heard about any arrest. You have not heard any due process work of the police. No investigations, nothing. And then he's up and about in some other place. And then you talk about fighting crimes. No, this is the example that you all set. You all have destroyed the country. And it's not just you alone, Rayburn Blackmore, that should resign. The whole labor cabal, of criminals, they need to resign too. They all need to resign from the prime minister down to the last fly chaser so that Dominica can develop, Dominica can breathe, and Dominica can grow again. Because, you all have just ruined Dominica. And who cannot see it is blind or wicked. But alas, Dominica has fallen into a deep, dark hole. You all have pushed her down into that deep, dark hole, and you need to get out of the way so that people who has the knowledge and the expertise and the integrity and who are ready to work for the country can pull her out from that deep, deep dark hole and let her shine, let her gloss again. But you all have destroyed Dominica, and every damn one of you all should go. Thank you, Matt.
Cause my nation needs a healing, but we used to be such a peaceful nation. Until them big boys start to bring guns by the hototo. Oh yes, we used to be a symbol of integration.
Somebody says, Matt, it seems like many Dominicans, including the big boys living in America, are not calling anymore. Are they not U.S. citizens? Why are they so scared? These cowards are the same people who were so vocal about struggle into Dominica. But they are very quiet because they do not want to be deported to Dominica. Why? Because they want to be in the diaspora, but not in the ground in Dominica. My theme song in the morning. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Mott on the telephone. Hello, talk to me. Yes.
Yes, good morning.
Morning to you, morning.
You see, the young lady had to leave where she living and come down to speak. The same song I'm singing every day about Roseau Dirty. is not because I don't love my country. I love my country, but I cannot stand the scent that is in Roseau gutters. So I'm happy I'm not the only person that can see it. I'm tired of singing, clean the gutters, clean Roseau, hold down Roseau. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lucille. Thank you. Let's take another voice note here in the morning.
Matt Pelty,
Talk to you, sir.
God send to stop crime. You have to pull up all them transport with them dark cars all over. That is crime. Me, I live in Europe. You could never see transport have dark cars all wrong. The transport will have dark cars from the last window to the back, but not at the front and not at the two side. So to stop crime, all you two like to live in darkness. Stop living in darkness. Live in the light. The government do your work. Put love. Take out them transport. Make them clean the front window and the two side window, and then crime will stop. Shooting will stop. But unless all transport.
On the wall, I said, can you tell me? Can you tell me how to bring back sweet tea and tea? Tea la la, la 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 la, tea la la, la tea da 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 da. When I think about the children, I'm so frightened for their future. Boy, to lose a next generation will be total disaster. Mother TNT, I am sorry. I must apologize to you. For those who make you unhappy, my dear, no excuse will ever do. Well, look, I grieve just like you are grieving in this time of doom and gloom. But I pray for a new day coming to heal the scars of your womb. I know you have many sons and daughters who want to see you live and grow. So as a people, we must work together to build back with sweet Trindigo, what we used to be.
Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Matt.
Morning to you, sir.
Matt, let us be clear and let us just think about this clearly. Do you think that someone who cannot take out your garbage is going to solve your crime problem? We should think about this, in a rational mind. You cannot take out my garbage, but you want to clean up the streets. Matt, who was it that said we were on standby to go to Salisbury? Who was it that said that swim if you have to, front door, back door? Matt, who was it that said we have soldiers and snipers and Navy SEALs? All these statements, Matt. What is Blackmore talking about? Who was it that told us about Blackmore in that phone call? Mr. Reginald Austri. Was Mr. Reginald Austri making up stories in that phone call? Matt, I don't know if you care to play that phone call to remind those of us who didn't hear it. But if Mr. Blackmore had any honor, any kind of moral guilt, he should step down from that position that he's in. Because we heard that recording from Mr. Austri. There's no way Blackmore should have been supported by cabinet as stated by Mr. Austri. There's no way. And Mr. Blackmore, if he has any moral standing left in him, he should immediately step down from that position he's in. He's disqualified. And so is Roosevelt Skerritt. And so is Melissa Skerritt. None of them should be holding those positions to be referred to as honorable. None of them. Enough said. Thank you.
Peaceful nation. Until them big boys start to bring guns by the hototo. Oh yes, we used to be a symbol of integration. But right now...
Hello, good morning to you. It's
Good morning, my brother Matt.
Hey,
Hope
how
you're doing all right? And in good health and managing well.
Arendelle, good morning to you, bro. How you doing?
Arendelle Thomas, yeah.
Arendelle.
From Nakuten. First of all, I want to thank you for, boy, I know it takes a lot of energy from you, and I know you have, you're on a run in a while, to host that program. It takes a lot. You're like a psychiatrist having to deal with everybody's contribution and stress and stuff like that. So I want to thank you sincerely for the sacrifice that you're making. But Matt, are we going to have another show, symposium, press conference this morning?
At 11 o'clock.
This government has been in office for over
20 years. All of them, you can name them. I'm not going to name them. They've been there for 20 years. And if after 20 years they haven't got there will always be crime in the country. No matter how well and how organized the country is, once you deal with human beings, there will be crimes. But what we've seen here is an upsurge of crime after 25 long, painful years of the leadership of that regime. And who are they going to blame? The criminals on the road? What have they got in place? What that conference they're going to have? Symposia and press conferences as they go to solve the problem. You think this is another opportunity to display, to show, to dance on a stage, to show off all of them. And then you know what disappointed me? Is a man who says that he did something in law in Canada. And he doesn't understand that the rule of law is an important function of good governance. You cannot just throw aside, abrogate the people's rights because you have a problem. You have to work within the parameters of laws. A guy said this morning that there seem to be laws in the books regarding breathalyzers, and they have not been enforced. They have not been enforced. When you violate the laws from the top, what do you expect at the bottom? When you say, oh, we don't worry with laws, the police can do what the hell they want because they have a crime situation in their hands. And that is coming from the mouth of a person who always boasts how intelligent he is, how knowledgeable about laws and stuff like that. It's not good enough to be smart about laws. I'm sounding like a broken record, but we have a constitution. And a viable democracy survives on the rule of law, of the observance of the rule of law. So what I would like to see, after 25 years, these guys are tired. They are spent. There's nothing, no press conferences, no symposia, no grandstanding and big mouthing on the radio can solve the problem or will solve the problem. They have failed Dominica. I expected the police to meet and with persons in the community, even among some of the gangsters, and they know them, so many fellows on the road, have a conversation and work together with the society, the people, the politicians, civil society, sit down somewhere. After 25 years, if they haven't done it, I don't say they're going to do it, but I'm still suggesting that this would be more useful than having another press conference. And you know what, you've been to several press conferences. Mm-hmm. You know what happens at press conferences. One man dominates and he puts other people in their place. So there's nothing going to come out, nothing viable and useful is going to come out from a press conference. And the rule of law is an important function of democracy. There has to be a rule governing search and seizure. You cannot arbitrarily just stop everybody and search everybody. This is wrong and it's going to come back and bite somebody. You have to be reasonable and fair and just. So the press conference, as far as I see it, is another useless waste of time and stage mongering. Thank you for your time, Matt. God bless you. That's my presentation.
Robert, thank you very much. I know one doctor for sure who wanted to give a breathalyzer, but given the reaction when asked, they seem not interested. That's all I can say at this point in time. I'm sure he'll still be willing to give the police breathalyzer. And the joke will be, who we should first breathalyze and that breathalyzer? A lot of our own police officers, huh? Dominica, I've got to go though because I need to get there in time for the news conference. I'll leave you some local Calypso. News conference at about 11 o'clock this morning and just about 32 minutes time. So if you need a breathalyzer, I can guarantee I can find one for you, okay? Which man can truly say not a breath? I put that to the commissioner or the deputy. If you need one, given my connections, I'll find you one, okay? One or two, if you will. so we can give to the traffic police.
And this violence spreading even among school children. Where do we blame the blame? When in Wesley a student stopped and killed a school friend. From him fell he raised his friend to game. Jackie Chan will be back again. Everywhere a shooting and killing.
As a matter of fact, one doctor's already sent me a sample. So if you need a few, let me know, okay? Mr. Commissioner, Mr. Deputy Commissioner. Put some breathalyzers in the... We're looking at proactive action, huh?
In Wesley, in Grande, badang. Train arm and baby body. Gunslinging crisis. I don't want to get a gun. I don't want to shoot no one. I'm joining this lawlessness. But I don't want to be no victim in this wild. You ready? Big man, yeah.
We'll come back for the 1 o'clock hour. Talk on the block. I will explore more the issue of crime. I'll be carrying this news conference live, so I'm sure you'll follow. Let's take our final call this morning as we wrap it up there. 10:30. Good morning. Talk to me, please.
Matt, this radio station going to carry the press comments live?
It is 11 o'clock. We'll carry live.
Okay, I'll switch up. I'll listen to you when you come back.
All right, thank you. But Lucille, how are you going to listen? How are you going to pay attention to what has this will be discussed if you don't pay attention? You have to listen to learn, okay? I disagree when you say you won't pay attention, okay? Educate yourself. Doesn't mean if it's the Prime Minister, Mr. Blackmore, you should not listen. That's the only way you're going to learn, huh? I listen to everybody.
Everywhere a shooting and killing. Everybody has done these days. Days and night, it's all that talking. Man can change his cowboy ways. In French, it's boom, boom. In Kenville's bang, bang, bang. Man, we got his boom, boom, boom. In Free, badang, badang, badang. Oh, chain arm and baby body. To fight this gunslinging crisis. I don't want to get a gun. I don't want to shoot no one. I'm joining in lawlessness. But I don't want to be no victim in this wild west. See the thing, boy. Every time I go out, I'm afraid and think. I look over my shoulder when I go. See here in people's eyes. There's got to be something about that. As this senseless violence continues to grow, there are spots even the police ready to go. Investment will come with a protection. Tourism can provide you a protection. No wonder our economy is so low. Where the country going? What is government doing? Where is the security? Show me who protecting all the law abiding citizens like you and me who will protect our family. Everywhere a shooting and killing. Everybody has done these days. Boys and night, it's all that talking. Man still have his cowboy days. For college, boom, boom. In gutter is bang, bang, bang. It gets always put on, boom, boom. Every day is badang, badang, badang. Oh, chain and pay the police. 25 days gunslinging crisis. I don't want to get a gun. I don't want to shoot no one. I'm joining the lawlessness. But I don't want to be no victim in this wild, wild, wild. Yes, man. And I'm getting gracious something. And I've been nothing daylight, nighttime, anytime. Even on the beach, you can't take a bath. But I'm still in the clothes and things. The daddy has spoken.
Be my exit a new man. He likes a new girl. Inside a session. Party making up bad. She put up she 2-1. Why funny man? You think I gave her down? You're mad. DJ you leave. DJ you leave. I started to see more. Hey, hey. When you looked went away. What I thought was such a joke. Was not blessed. DJ up and leave us a blessed. I'm blessed. I'm feeling so blessed. Oh yes. When you leave us a blessed. I'm blessed. Hands up high. Winding low. Glad you go. Like I never did before. Hands up high.